Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So, a couple days ago, I did my NBA Fantasy Losers for 2022. In this video, we're going to be doing my NBA Fantasy Winners for 2022. And I got 5 guys that I think are going to be worth picking up. One of the guys is a little questionable, mostly because it really depends on if a trade happens or not, but I want to go over my top 5 guys who I think are going to really put up some serious numbers in 2022, or at least show significant improvement. So the first guy on the list, it's a little biased, but it makes sense, is Tyrese Haliburton. Like, even if I wasn't a Pacers fan, I'd pick Tyrese Haliburton. He is no longer on the Sacramento Kings. He's going to be the Pacers starter for an entire year. In the time he did play for the Pacers, he played very well. I mean, if we look it up, Tyrese Haliburton, in the 26 games he played for the Pacers, he started 26 of them. He shot 50% from the field, 41% from 3, 84% from the free throw line, and scored 17 a game on 9.5 assists a game, almost 2 steals, 1.8 steals, and almost 4.5 rebounds a game. I mean, you know, those are pretty crazy numbers for a guy who played 36 minutes per game and only played 26 games for them last season. I'm gonna be honest, this is, you know, the first year where I feel like you're not gonna have to reach so much on a point guard. Like, point guards in the NBA are starting to become more and more plentiful. It seems every year we're getting more of them, but Tyrese Haliburton's going to have like a DeJounte Murray type season this year, I see, where he's obviously the best player on a team that's bad, and he's definitely going to be the beneficiary of it. So, yeah, Tyrese Haliburton's a guy that I think is going to put up some serious numbers this season. Even if the team only wins 20 games, you know what I'm saying? He's going to get his touches, and Tyrese Haliburton's going to be able to do whatever the fuck he wants, okay? That's the main reason I'm saying he's number 1 on my list. Number 2 is LaMelo Ball. Now, this kind of determines, like, I guess you could say this hinges on what happens with Miles Bridges, but the Miles Bridges situation doesn't look good. Gordon Hayward is always injured, and I would kind of bet my money on it that Gordon Hayward gets injured again this season, or, you know, something happens. You know, I don't wish the injury bug on anybody, but, you know, history tells the tale. And if both Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges are either injured or suspended or what have you, LaMelo Ball is going to be asked to do everything, and he's capable of it. You know, I think LaMelo Ball, I think he scored, 23 points per game last season for them. I could be wrong. But he's going to get his fair share this year. Yeah, he scored 20 points a game last season. You know, 7.5 assists, almost 7 rebounds a game. He shot 42% from the field, which isn't great, but he shot 38% from 3, played 75 games, started for 75 games. He shot 87% from the free throw line. I mean, LaMelo Ball is another guy like Tyrese Haliburton, I think, this upcoming season, where he's going to be asked to do a lot of shit, and I just think he's going to get the opportunity. I think he's going to get more opportunity than people expect. So LaMelo Ball is number 2 on my list. Number 3 is another guy who is now the best player on his team, and that's Keldon Johnson, okay? Now, I will say this, okay? Keldon Johnson, you know, is now on a team with Jeremy Sohan, Malachi Branham, if I said that correctly, and Blake Wesley. Blake Wesley's very good. You know, Malachi Branham's very good. Jeremy Sohan is very good, but Keldon Johnson is the best player on that team. He played very well last season. Like, Keldon Johnson for the Spurs last season was he was easily their number 2 best player. I mean, he scored 17 a game. You know, he didn't dish a lot of assists. He only dished 2 assists a game, got 6 boards a game, but he shot 75% from the free throw line, 40% from 3, and 46% from the field. Basically 47% from 3. I mean, like 39.8 essentially. And that's coming on only 13 field goal attempts a game. okay? And he played 75 games last year, started 74 of them, only got 31 minutes a game. I'm going to be honest, I feel like Keldon Johnson could be like a 20-8 guy this upcoming year. He shoots threes. He's a pretty efficient player. He shoots 75% from the free throw line. It's not 80%, but it's still solid. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bad number, but it's not a great number. But Keldon Johnson, now that DeJounte Murray is gone, I expect him to get a majority of the touches for the San Antonio Spurs. Clearly, they like him. Clearly, they see him as a part of their future. They traded DeJounte Murray for a bunch of draft picks and, stuff like that. So, yeah, I think Keldon Johnson's one of those guys that's going to have... He could maybe even have a monster year this year. I mean, if they really make him the main focal point of their offense, which I think is going to happen, you could see, maybe 20, anywhere from, let's see, I think at minimal 19 a game. So at max 22, 23 points a game from Keldon Johnson, and he's a pretty efficient player. I like him. He's one of the, he's not a heavy hitter on this list, but he's, a mild hitter. You know what I'm saying? And for the last two, we got, some light stuff. I'm not going to lie. These are both light. One of them's a pacer, and I'm going to explain why. Number 4 on my list is Jalen Smith. And the reason I'm picking Jalen Smith is because, Jalen Smith has been promised a starting position with the Pacers at the 4 spot. And let me tell you guys, in the 22 games he played for the Pacers last year, he started for 4 of them. He only got 24 minutes a game, but shot 53% from the field, 37% from 3, 76% from the free throw line, averaged 7.5 rebounds a game, got 1 assist, 1 block, and 13.5 points per game. When you give him 30, anywhere, another 10, give him another 10 minutes a game, another 12 minutes a game, I think he's going to be scoring like Keldon Johnson's old numbers. And what I mean by that is what Keldon Johnson just put up this past season. So what Keldon Johnson did this past season, as I said, 17 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds on pretty decent efficiency from the field. That's what I expect from Jalen Smith this upcoming season. 17 points, I think, is very realistic when you consider he's going from 24 minutes up to 36, maybe even, I say 36 is the max, maybe 38. I doubt it, but he's gonna grab about probably 32 minutes a game, 33, and I just think Jalen Smith is incredibly efficient. And I think he's going to get way more touches now that he's the definitive starter for the Pacers. I think the Tyrese Haliburton, Jalen Smith pick and roll game is going to be fucking serious. Is it going to be playoff worthy? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? I doubt it. But I think Jalen Smith is another Pacer a lot of people should put on their radar because I think he's going to be really good this year. Number 5, this last one depends on a trade, and really what they get back for this trade, but I got Malik Beasley of the Utah Jazz on this. Listen, man. Malik Beasley, when he played for the Timberwolves, had his moments. He was their 6th man. And coming off the bench, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, he scored 12 points per game. He, dished 1.5 assists, got 3 rebounds, yada, yada, yada. He shot 81% from the free throw line, 37% from 3. Granted, he shot 39% from the field as a whole, but he's pretty much exclusively a 3-point shooter. I mean, when you look at his 3-point attempts per game, he took 8 of them per game, and his field goal attempts per game is 10. So, literally, his field goal percentage is essentially his 3-point percentage almost. But Malik Beasley, if he's given the ability to be a primary option on the Utah Jazz, which could happen, Jordan Clarkson is good, but I feel like because Malik Beasley is younger, they're going to give him that opportunity over Jordan Clarkson. For all I know, Jordan Clarkson could be on his way out. Bojan Bogdanovic could be on his way out. Donovan Mitchell, we know, is on his way out, depending on what they get back in a trade package for him. I just feel like Malik Beasley's going to finally get his opportunity in Utah. This is easily the most, honestly, I think the most riskiest and speculative pick out of all the people I've mentioned. But Malik Beasley had some games for the Timberwolves last year, man, where it's like you watched him play and you were like, if somebody would just give that man a starting position, he could be a problem. And I think he's finally going to get that opportunity with the Utah Jazz this upcoming season. Obviously, like I said, pending if Donovan Mitchell gets traded or not. But Malik Beasley is a guy that I wouldn't reach on him by any means. But, you know, if you find out he's going to be the starter before the NBA season starts in, November? You know what I'm saying? If you find out he's going to be the starter, or October, if you find out he's going to be the starter, I'd put him on your radar. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy you can easily get at the end of your drafts and, you know, like towards the back end of them. And I feel like, you know, even if he's a bench player for you, you're going to get your value's worth out of him. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions on this. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. I'm the Fast Break Report, and I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.